Hi guys, so in today's video I'll be trying out Spellbinders' new collection, the Fresh Pick collection. I went through a video kind of unboxing, if you will, of the different flowers that I have from the collection to show you along with the sentiments, and today we'll be working with the Daffodil set. So Fresh Pick Daffodils, really gorgeous. And if you are picking it up on Spellbinders' site right now, they do have a free exclusive die set if you spend, I believe, $125 or over, which also gives you free shipping. I think they're doing free shipping at $100 or over, or maybe $125 or over. But this die set here that's exclusive, free gift, and it's super sweet. Obviously you saw in the intro there. So you have this outline or background die, and it has like a little plate here and then the little lettering for the word happy. So then you can cut out your happy and it would fit right in there. And then for you. And then the little words for you on the little plate that would fit right in there. So really cute, really well thought out for a little free gift here. So I wanted to show you guys that because we'll be using that today. Otherwise, I had brought out the sentiments from Fresh Picked, which are gorgeous, big sentiments, and I was thinking about using hello, and then I recalled, you know what, let's try the happy for you. So we're doing that today. And then this one, like I said, the daffodil is so lovely. It's going to be a really quick workup, you know, depending on how you want to do your card. I'm going to do an A2 size card, but really if you look at these dies, they're meant to be, let me show you. So obviously the die is going to be facing down when you cut your paper, so your paper, it's actually going to look like this. So you can kind of see they kind of nestle together. Obviously it's going to be a little smaller in there. So you have that, and then you're going to have your flowers, and it's meant in a way so that this flower kind of butts up into the corner, you know, there, possibly maybe this one, but it looks like maybe this one, something like that. And then this guy kind of faces the other way. So that's already taking up your card. Nope, I guess it could be down here. I rearranged my craft room and my table, you guys, and I mentioned that in other videos, but I'm still not used to. This should be the same though, right? There we go. And then you're gonna have, you know, your flower center. You have some bits taken out of this one, so it's a little more decorative, and then that guy can be behind it, or just this guy, however it is that you want to layer that up. And then these guys over here, you have your little background piece that's going to have like little those stamens, pistils, that part. And then this part is on top of that there, and so you have your flower color, and then, you know, whatever it is that you want to put in the little dots here, if it's the same color or something different, you know, you can mix and match. So you have that guy kind of coming into here, basically, that decorates that area. So and of course I put these face down and put the other ones face up so you can see them, but basically it's something like this. There we go, that's why it's gonna be like that. And then the other one facing the other way. So what I'm going to do is grab an A2 size card base. We'll start with our flowers and background and things, and then we will add in our sentiment. So I will be right back. So before we get to the dies, I have some paper here. I have some watercolor paper. I got a black background for my card. So if you're making your own 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25, that's an A2 size card. And this guy, and actually I'm going to go ahead and trim it down now. You can trim it down afterwards, but this is just to make a fun background. So I'm just going to trim it to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Of course, if you have the Spellbinders precision dies, layering dies, you can pop one of those on there and cut it out perfectly, but I think that's pretty good. And what I'm going to do is try out that spray bottle I showed you the other day when I showed you that Spellbinders had some new kind of essential products. And so again, this is watercolor paper. You can do this with any paper. It doesn't have to be watercolor or special or anything like that. I have these things, these silks, super pretty. I think this one's called Fresh Sage. And this one's gold silk, and I've had that one longer than this one. It has the old FSJ labeling, but this one does say Spellbinders, part of their card shop essentials. And what I'm going to do is just drop some of these and then maybe spray some in the water and have some fun that way. And this is just a silicone mat. You might want to do this on like a piece of like acetate or something more droppy like that. Now usually, I made a lot of bubbles, guys. I was shaking them up. Usually it's very drippy, and right now I'm barely getting it going, so I'm just going to actually touch my surface with this, because hopefully this will work out for us. So this usually dries pretty quickly. I don't know that it's water-based or alcohol-based, but there we go. And I'm going to take this guy. I already put water in it the other day. It's very easy. It has a nice big opening to drop water in. And then you just have this, and I'm just going to spray a little bit. Look at that continuous, really fine, lovely, love it. I'm going to go in with the gold and just kind of And I could have wet my paper also, that'll give a different look. And I'm just picking some of this up. I have a little something on there that's reconstituting, and that's fine because I just want this to look like kind of a crazy background. And so now I want to drop some green in here too. And I'm just going to go right over the top of this. Maybe a little more in some areas than others. I don't know. Something like that. So as you can see, I didn't shake this one as much and it was much more liquid. The other one kind of had some foam bubbled up for me there. Okay. And maybe in here. Oh, that's pretty. Maybe down in there. Something like that. And you can leave it just really, I'm gonna leave it just like this. So that's that. I can leave this to dry. I'll probably hit it with a heat tool. I'll wipe this up and just leave it here like this and hit it with a heat tool to dry it faster, okay? I'll be right back. Here's some areas that's still a little too much like water and you just don't want to wait for it. You can just dab it. And it also gives a different look because it picks up some of the ink or whatever this is on there. So it is still a little bit wet. What I'm going to do is still dry a little bit more because I think what I'll also do is just get some strong kind of dots from this too instead of just kind of background the way I have it right now. So I'll finish drying this guy as much as I can, and then we'll just splatter some of this and some of the gold on there too. I will say, when you go to use the drops now, I turn it over and I hit the heat tool on the back too, just because it'll start getting wonky, right? I just covered this up. I didn't actually clean it up yet. If you use this and then hit with the heat tool, you might move it around, so it's going to be looking a little different than if you had just left it alone to dry. So I'll probably just put this to the side. And honestly, I can probably stick this down before we do that. That way it'll at least be here. Yeah, let's do that. Do I want that facing down? I love the way this all came out because I'll have more greenery down here, you know, and the flowers up here. Or, yeah, okay, this is fine. We'll do it this way. Let's get some glue on the back of this and maybe a tape runner. Now you don't have to do this, I'm just sticking it down, but if you want to wait for it to completely dry after you do your splattering and whatever else you like to do, then that's great. I'm right on the very edges of this because I really, really want this to stick down. Oh, I'm done with that one. All right. And I also want to put some wet glue because that's just how I do it. So if I'm going to do this at all, I really want this to stay down after as wonky as we made it, you know? So let's get that going. I'll probably put a little weight on it for a few minutes and then I'll come back and finish it up. But for now, I'm keeping my hands in the back of this so I can kind of eyeball and make sure I'm where I want to be before I really release it. There we go. And whenever I say I'm going to put some weight on it, I just get something like this. Cutting plate, or not really cutting plate, but the platform, and then put the machine on top of it, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Let's check this out. That over there, get this over here, and it's pretty flat. And again, I'm just going to start or continue with this because that way I can start doing the die cutting, and then when I come back, even if it's a little bit wet from the drops, it's not a big deal. So yeah, I'm just gonna get some more of this good stuff and just give it a little more stark, you know, drops. And then when it kind of dissipates, you have the color and you have the silk. As you can see, it's down here. And that's kind of what I was shaking up earlier, trying to get that going. And I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't look this up before I started using it because I've had them for a little while. I hope Spellbinders still has them. That's still available. But, you know, you can do this with any watercolor fun stuff. Mist spray kind of stuff. Okay, so now I have some splotches that are just nice and dark. And that's what I was saying. So you're going to let it dry. If you hit it with a heat tool right now, it's going to start running and it'll look different. That's all. So whatever you like. Okay, I'm gonna put that down over here somewhere and let that start drying. And let me grab the colors for our daffodils. I'm sure I'm gonna do some greenery, probably some gold center. Maybe these little dots will be gold, you know. Just do something different. But let me go grab some colors for my flowers, my greenery, and I'll be right back. Grabbing some papers. I think for both these, I'm just going to go with this kind of darker green. And so I'll get those cut out. And then for the flowers themselves, I think I'll just go with white. More typical daffodil kind of colors. Oh, something like that. And then just a little tape so they don't move as I go put them through my die cutting machine. These two, obviously I have some white paper, excuse me. And let's see. I did get an orange for my little daffodil cup. So that'll be this guy. I hadn't decided on this one what to run it through. Maybe a yellow. I'm sure I have some yellow here in my stash, so I'll just run this through like a yellow color. And then I'll run this one back through with just a tip part to get little gold bits, but we can do that afterwards, and then the centers we can do afterwards. So I'll be right back. I was just thinking in my mind what I want to do with the middle bits, because it's basically going to look like the little cone that's coming out of this and this guy. So maybe orange and yellow. Maybe some gold still. We will see. Okay. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. Put these pieces over here. I haven't run this one through because I just want to have those little gold bits when we're done, so I just need my centers. And we'll play with those in just a little bit. And I know this card is still a little bit wet, like where that gold drop is, so I'm just going to be careful because what I can do is just go ahead and start arranging these things. And we will go from there, but like I said, you see how they kind of connect with each other a little bit. And let's get some glue going. So let's see. Something like that. We can start with this one, then we'll nestle this guy in. Okay. And if you want to do any dimensionals or something like that under the leaves, that'd be really pretty. Where you kind of have some kind of up, or even just kind of shape them a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, anyway, so yeah, you can just have some fun with the way that those sit there. And I'm just going to start with this one at the very edge, basically. Hope you can kind of see that. Look how pretty. And I'm being careful because, again, I still have some wet ink here and there, but not really. More the gold one that's still kind of wet. Okay, and then this guy. And I'm just putting glue where I think is most important, but, you know, secure your card the way you like to. And this guy can kind of come in here, and again, just making sure it's not just like going off my card. That's all I was looking for at that point. Okay. There. Okay. And then this guy. So again, it has that little corner that's basically going to tuck into there. So however you want that to do that. You know what? Let's go ahead and put some dimensionals under this. Why not? So where have you arranged things, my friends? I don't know where anything is anymore. Okay, let's grab some dimensionals. Not those, these guys. I'm going to put them. You don't have to do all of them. I'm just going to put them like in the very corner of this guy. Let's see if that guy's going to be up. Maybe this one and the one right next to him. And then the rest of them can be stuck down. So this guy will have some dimension and then also be flat a little bit. And I'm just kind of looking at the corner at the top here to help me place. Those are 3D dimensional, so they're already stuck, and then this is wet glue. So I'm gonna hold it for a few seconds and I'll be right back. Ooh, sorry about how bright that is. But basically that's what I'm doing. Actually, it's already stayed, so I guess we're good. Okay, so in this one, let's go ahead and just glue most of these guys down. And then just have the dimension here. I guess that's good. I was trying to debate if I need to put more glue. And then this guy kind of nestles in there, you know, comes around here. You're just wanting to place him straight. This guy is going to be placed in here, so let's make sure he's not off the card, and I think that's okay. So there we go. And again, I'm holding down the glue, and I'll be right back. Let me show you what I did. I don't know why that white is so faded out. That's crazy. So there you go. Okay, I'll be right back. So for these little cups, I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. Now that does mean these little guys are just going to be kind of sticking out, and to be honest, I should probably go ahead and put the gold things on now, because now I'm going to stick them down when they're kind of up in the air. But that's okay. So that guy, you know, you can shape it into more of a cup shape too if you wanted to. Before I stuck this down, you could have kind of rounded it, and to be honest, maybe I still can. You know, I only put the dimensional right in the center, so maybe we can give it a squish like this. And see if we can't get this one a little cupped shape. Just using my hands. You know, something to think about. And a little more cup there. And actually, if we really want to, we can put a little glue here to get it flat and a little glue behind that one and hold it down. That'll definitely give you a cup shape because you have that 3D adhesive underneath. So I will do that, and I'll hold on to this glue until it stays. So there you have that little dimension, looking cute. Okay, beautiful. Funny enough, I had already put my orange paper away, but I need this guy in orange. I'm like, I think it might fit here. I mean, that is the most perfect fit, so I'll make sure that really doesn't move as I run that through. But of course, I can always just grab more paper. A yellow center because of the yellow. And I think I can pop this guy somewhere on here. He's smaller, like right there. And then I'll just cut this away because we don't need all this extra. This little guy, I'll just cut from gold paper, and I actually have a little scrap here of like that awesome Spellbinders gold. And then I just need a little bit more of that, so I'll just do it this way. Of this little bit to be in there. That way we'll get the little gold dots that we need. And I've taped that down, run it through also, and I'll be right back, you guys. So let's get these bits going. So this cute center here. And you want to pop it up, leave it flat, whatever it is you like to do. I don't know that there's a particular way this needs to go, so I'm just going to pop it on there. And then the yellow. And the yellow one does have a little area on here. It's kind of embossed, so you can kind of see the shape. I think maybe it's like this. Yep. Cute. And then I have that gold piece that looks like this. Oh, I have one of my other little bits on my hand. And I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of glue all around that guy and match that up because it should be the same shape. There you go. And then these little guys. So I'm going to do dot, dot, dot. Again, I could have done this when they were flat. Let me get a little closer. And let's see here. Let me see which one's which. So we have this guy. We have the guy that was on the left, and then the guy on the right is still in here. So this guy's over here. And if we turn it this way, then it looks like, yeah, this guy goes over here. Let's drop that guy off. And then this guy goes here. And this little guy is kind of pointy. You can just look at the die and you'll see which one goes where. So there's that. Okay, very delicate. Again, you can just lay it flat if you're in fear that something might happen to that. Okay, and let's get our sentiment back. So we have green, we have gold, we have white, we have orange, you know, a little bit of yellow here. So I'm just going to, and then we have black background. So I think I'll do this then black. I'll run this through the gold. Oh, that'd look really pretty because it'll have the for you and look awesome on gold. The black, gold, and orange, just to bring that orange back, or should we bring yellow back up? let's bring yellow back up since it's kind of just in the background and barely kind of showing in the flowers, and I'll be right back. So just had to run the little plate through again because it kind of slipped on the, I just gave myself the smallest piece of gold to run it through and it slipped a little bit, so it looks something like that, so I just wanted to redo it. So there it is. That's why the other ones are just kind of popped down. I had to run them all at the same time. Look at that for you, looking crisp. And then there's all my letters for happy. And again, this is your free gift with an order of over 125. 125 or over, I'm assuming on the UK site it's probably 125 pounds or something or over, I'm not sure at the moment. But there we go. And let's get some glue on this. So just right here. I don't want it to squeeze out all over the place, so I'm just putting it strategically. And how cute is that? I'll hold that for a few seconds. And then as far as the letters, I'll be back to hold that down, but they are separate. And so I'm just going to start. I'll just kind of eyeball what the difference is, how you're splitting the difference, you know? Like the H is right here, and you know, it goes to there. So my A has that little shadow for it. I might come back to the A and just go into the P, that way I can see kind of how much it needs around it. I hope that makes sense. Because now I can go back and do the A and have a better idea of where I should place it. Okay, and then the P and Y. There we go. Cute. Okay, PPY, and I'll be right back. And then I'll put some dimensionals on the back of this too. So strategically placed dimensional adhesive here. Here's our card back, and let's put this happy for you. I'm trying to see how I want to center this, because obviously this is off to the side, but really it's the happy that needs to be centered. I think that's pretty good. I mean, if we were to measure it, we're about 3/4 inch to the end. I can go over this way just slightly, but you know, I'm just looking at the straight portion of that. There we go. I'll turn that over, give it a squish on this back side, and that is our card. You know, trying out some new fun things, looking really fresh for spring. Love it. Thank you guys so much. I will have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. I will have the info as far as the free die, the happy for you, also in the description box, along with the expiration date, and unless they're just keeping it there until they're gone, you know. So I will have that info for you there, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.